welcome to today's lesson. We're going to look at the musical alphabet today and how that applies to the guitar's fretboard. This is a really useful thing to learn because it's going to help you become more creative and also work easier with other instruments. There's going to be times when we have to work with other instruments other than guitar players. They don't have the same system as we do with fret numbers. Guitar's a very visual instrument, which is great. You know, we learn chords quite often by shapes, and we remember scales by their position by using fret numbers on the neck. But sometimes you'll find there's situations where you're working with another instrument and perhaps you've got to play the same line and they're only going to know it in terms of letters. So it's really important that we know where those letters are on our fretboard. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to look at the strings on the guitar. Now I'm sure everybody already knows them, but we're going to go through them just one more time in case. So starting with the lowest string, the thickest one, we have E. Then moving up in pitch, we have A. Then the next string, D, G, B and E. Now there's a rhyme that you can use to help you remember that. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Okay, because Eddie explodes. So one more time, we've got Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. E, A, D, G, B, E. So you may already know, or if not, you may now be aware that the guitar has 2 E strings in this tuning. So that makes life a little bit easier when we're learning the frets, learning the notes, because 2 of those strings are going to be the same. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with the A string because it's the beginning of the alphabet, so that's just going to make things nice and easy to start with. So we've got open A. So when you strike that string with no fingers down on any of the frets, we get an A. Then we're going to move onto the first fret on the A string, and that gives us A sharp. And then after that, we're going to move to the next letter in the alphabet, which is B. Now there's 2 notes that don't have sharps after them, and that's B and E. So what we do here is we just go straight to the next letter in the alphabet, which is C. So fret 3, we've got C. Then we continue with our sharps. So we have C sharp, D, D sharp, E. E's another one that doesn't have a sharp. So we move to the next fret, which is F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. Okay, so that's up to the next octave now. And the musical alphabet will just carry on from here onwards. Exactly the same as we did down here, but just 1 octave higher. So let's go through that again. Starting with the open A. A, fret 1 is A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and back to A. One more time. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Okay, so let's take another string. Now it's the same idea, except what we do is we start part way through that alphabet depending on which letter the string has. So if we do the low E string, we're going to start from E. So E doesn't have a sharp and B doesn't. Also, once we reach G sharp, we just go back to A again and carry on from that point. So E, no E sharp, so fret 1 is F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and back to E. One more time. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E again. Okay, let's try another string. Let's go to the G string. So E, A, D, G. Same thing, but we just start from G now. So G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. And one more time. G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Okay, so a good thing to practice is start with the A string, just keep doing that until you're really, really confident with the musical alphabet, and then start to try it on the other strings. Probably after a week or so of doing that fairly often, you'll find that you start to memorise maybe certain notes on the string. And then what we'll do in another lesson is we'll start to look at how we can find one letter on 6 different strings. And also we will come back and do the same thing but using the flat notes as well that I briefly spoke about. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense, and good luck with the practice, and come back for another instalment soon. Keep the shred ahead. It might be your perch, mate, but it's also my perch. I'm trying to rest the camera on. You just don't care, do you?